Good morning, Uptown. Welcome to our first episode of our second season of the Uptown Masterclass. I've got Tracey Blake with us today. Wanted some super gratitude to Tracey for coming out to talk to us. This is like take 5 because we wanted to make sure this was perfect for you. So, Tracey, thanks for taking the time out to talk to us, and thanks for putting in as much work as we put in to get this right.
Oh man, I'm glad we're making this happen. And this is for the people, so we do want this right. But it's been a long interview.
And yeah, but totally worth all the work we put in. You guys are going to love it. I'm going to jump right in. I took time to do my background research before the interview, and I looked up on your website, traceyblake.com, read a little bit of your background. But for the people who haven't, just give us a little bit about your background and how that got you to Minneapolis, and then what made you stay in Minneapolis once you got there.
Well, I started playing bass guitar when I was a very young age, at a young age, 5 or 6. And I started playing with my dad's gospel quartet. And we played in the Midwest all the time. And the more I played, the more I loved music. And as I got older, I started listening to all the different styles of music, rock, jazz, blues, R&B. I just listened to it all. And I loved it, man. And I knew I wanted to do it for a career. And I got introduced to Prince. And I said after high school, I got to get up here to meet this guy, and moved to Minneapolis and met a lot of very cool musicians here. And I said, hey, this is home for me. Yeah.
Okay, and I got to give you props on your album. Little sidebar: everybody go out and get the record once you see the performances we got lined up for you. I think that's going to sway you if you're on the fence, but let's go out and get this record. It's absolutely amazing.
Thanks.
I got to say, my favorite tracks would be Turn It Up, Second to None, Runaway Love, I'm Not Gonna, and Cold Hearted. What are your favorite tracks on the album, Tracey?
Oh, wow. I like the song More. I like More because it's kind of edgy. It has the screaming guitar, and it's kind of between R&B and pop rock. And so I like the elements, and even more I like the element of of being patient and taking your time and to make a relationship right, So I like the subject matter as well. I like Get Up because it talks about time and not taking it for granted. And boy, I like the song Turn It Up because I talk about the Minneapolis, sound. I talk about all the great artists, Morris Day, Prince, Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, Mint Condition, Maserati, So I appreciate that song because that is the foundation of the Minneapolis sound right there, with Prince being on top.
Absolutely. I think it's a very unique song as well. I think the reason it's one of my favorites is because you give props to the people who came before you, and nobody does that. They'll do it in their liner notes, or they'll do it like on a speech, but nobody ever just did a song and says, you know what, I'm gonna name names and I'm gonna name everybody. The only people that do that are when they're making a diss track, and this is definitely not that. This is a total props and respect to those guys, and I hope those guys get a chance to hear it because they should know that their efforts have not gone unnoticed by the musicians that are in town, because it's definitely cool to turn it on and listen to those bands. And when I hear them with my kids, it's cool because who's this or who's that? Who's he talking about?
Right.
I'm glad you asked. So,
exactly, man.
Got to give a shout to Cold Hearted as well. I know that is a tribute to Prince, and it's amazing because it definitely has all the elements: the funk, the pop, the jazzy feel to it. I know you had some guests on your record, and on that one particular, Dr. Fink was around. What was it like recording with Doc Fink?
Oh, Dr. Fink he's amazing. He's he started with Prince when he was very, very young, and he has that sound that I needed. He has that element that I can't organically capture, and I had to call this guy, and he's right there for me. Amazing, cool guy, great stories. I got to get him on my next one as well. So yeah, Dr. Fink, if you're listening, get ready, man.
Awesome. And then what other artists were on your album that the Minneapolis folks might recognize?
Michael Bland, legendary drummer. he did all the drums on the CD. Amazing guy to work with, amazing producer, and a lot of knowledge of the Prince sound. So he knew I was really wanting to capture that Minneapolis sound, and he was the man to do it perfectly. Yeah. And I think that's. Oh, I had a guy named Arthur Buckner, great drummer as well. He played one track. He played "Let Me Rain," and awesome drummer as well. So
awesome. And I know yourself are a multi-instrumentalist. I know you can do guitar, keyboards, bass, and I'm sure there's more. Which is your go-to instrument for writing?
Oh, definitely keyboards. You know, I start everything with keyboards, and from there I just go to guitar. You know, but keyboards for my foundation is where I go. And
your bio lists Prince as one of your favorite artists, and as you mentioned earlier, we've discussed in previous an awesome story that you had about a Kit Blackshire CD release party and a chance almost meeting, but not quite. Can you share that story with us?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I did a session with Kit Blackshire for his CD, and he wanted to have an element that was like a live DVD, and I was honored to be a part of that. Morris Hayes and a lot of great musicians was a part of it as well. But anyway, the CD release party, I go there to support him, and I sit at this table at a bar called Bunkers. And Bunkers is a really cool spot when you want to see some great bands. Go to Bunkers when you're in Minneapolis. But anyway, I'm sitting at this small table, and Prince comes up and he sits there with me. And it's funny because he didn't say anything to me, you know. So I was like, well, you don't say anything to me, I ain't gonna say anything to you. And then I would get up and I would go call my brother. Hey Marvin, hey man, I'm sitting right next to Prince. And then I go back and sit right down and try and keep my cool again. But you know, if I could do it all over again, I would say, man, thank you for, you know, just being an inspiration to me and many others. And I would let him know that I appreciated him more than he could imagine.
Most definitely, and I hope that he's somewhere where he can see all of the love that he was given from the second he passed, where the entire world turned purple, and where artists of all genres were sending tributes. One of the surprising ones for me, I'm a fan of Slipknot and Stone Sour, and they both have the same lead singer, Corey Taylor, and I was really surprised that he was at First Avenue that same night, and he actually played Little Red Corvette and Purple Rain, and he didn't just do it like, oh, a rock star, I have to cover this song, but it's going to be terrible because I'm a rock star covering a song that I really don't care about. But he put his heart and soul into both of those songs, and it was just amazing to hear somebody who's on a completely opposite spectrum of anything that Prince did really put his heart and soul into those covers. So I hope that he could see all of that and how that went down, and that the world really was affected by him, that he was really not in any specific genre, but that he was the genre himself, the genre being Prince. That's the only way to describe what he was.
It was amazing, and all over the world, you know, people were mourning the loss, and still mourning today. So, and artists, I mean, Prince was a music icon, so, and he's still an icon, you know. And it's just like you said, it's amazing to see different style musicians get up and honor this guy as well. Yeah. And with his passing, we saw a big resurgence of the Minneapolis music scene and the Minneapolis sound, from Bruno Mars emulating a little bit on his last record to the artists who were actually in Minneapolis, like Jason Peterson Delaire, the Peterson family, Paul Peterson with Eric Leeds for LP Music and F Deluxe, and then Nikki Jones, Zulu, and yourself. What is it that's so unique about the Minneapolis sound that makes people gravitate towards it and gets people so enthralled in it that becomes their favorite genre as well? Oh man, I just think the energy of when Prince passed, it changed the world of music, and all the musicians around here in this community, we just have a duty to, you know, to keep that sound, because he started this. This is his legacy, and we have a duty, man, to really keep Minneapolis on the map and write great music to share with the world. And I think when you write great things, you know, people around the world love it, you know. So great music's going to touch everyone. It doesn't matter what genre, but if you write a great song, which Prince did, it's going to touch the hearts of many. So that's what we're trying to do.
And I know you have an artist that you're checking out a lot from Minneapolis as well, Stokely, and doing his solo album. Just share your thoughts with Stokely's record and how much you're feeling it, because I know I've asked this question to you a few times, and we always go back to Stokely. So
yeah.
Just put people onto Stokely's record that might not have gotten it yet or might not have checked it out.
Well, I appreciate Stokely. We go a long way back, but I appreciate Stokely just for, you know, he had been with Mint Condition for so many years, and he's a multi-instrumentalist as well, and I appreciate the fact that he wanted to take time and be Stokely, you know, and not just a front man, but he wanted to be Stokely, and he took time to do this, and his music is just so organic. It's really, really spiritual. It's R&B. It's jazzy, you know, and it's just, I love it. I can't get enough of it. I put it in my CD player, and I close my eyes. It's inspiration to me. Being from Minneapolis, I close my eyes, and I just love it. You know, great artist, great musician.
And I have to echo that as well. I mean, a lot of frontmen leave a band and do a solo record. Steve Perry, for one, Peter Cetera from Chicago,
yeah.
And several others. And the records that they put out still sound like the bands that they were in. But the Stokely record does not sound like Mint Condition. In fact, the easiest way to describe how the Stokely record sounds is just saying it sounds like Stokely. Yeah. If you don't know what that means, go get the record and then you'll know.
Yes, exactly. Get it. It's awesome. It's awesome.
And then one thing that really struck my heart when we talked the last time, you had said that you got to start a foundation to help with some childhood cancer and some other things. So I did want to give you a second to let everybody know about that foundation and how that's coming along.
Oh man, I started a foundation called Big Hearts for Better Days, and I was playing at a bar one time, and I was playing in bunkers, and a guy comes up to me and says, "Trace, man, you have a gift. You're gonna have to give that back. You got to give it back, you know." And it took me years to really get it, to understand, and I said, man, I do have to give back. I have a purpose here. I have a cause, and I want to share that cause. There's a lot of people struggling with cancer. There's a lot of youth that are struggling with hope, and that's what Big Hearts for Better Days is about. You know, is supporting, you know, people, and I do want to include that with my shows. When I do shows, I want Big Hearts for Better Days to be a part of these shows. I want to give back to people, and so yeah, man, I have to have a cause. I have to have a purpose, you know, other than, you know, playing on stage and writing songs and having fun. You know, you gotta give back, and that's what Big Hearts for Better Days is about. And
that's an amazing foundation, and I can't wait to see what comes with that. And definitely Uptown will promote and support that in any way that we can as well. And as you said about giving back, I want everybody that's listening and watching to understand that most of these artists in Minneapolis that are coming up are independent artists. They're not signed to these huge major labels that are giving $1 million in advances and shooting $1 million videos and all this stuff. Y'all are doing it out of your own pocket and making these things happen. And so when you guys have a record out or you're doing a show, we just sit at home and torrent the record, or we don't go to the show because we just don't feel like leaving the couch that night. We're not giving back and supporting the artists that we proclaim to be fans of, that we proclaim to love, and that we say we want to support. So while I can't make everybody go into their pockets and buy a record, I would encourage you guys it's going to be the best $9.99 that you spend going on iTunes, because the record is legit, beginning song to end. It's not a single record where there's one or two songs on there and the rest is garbage. It is worth listening to from front to back. Hit it on repeat. Go back and find your favorite songs, whatever you got to do, but get this record and support the artist. And Tracey makes it so easy for you to get it. And I'll let him tell you what other social media sites he's on and whatnot and how to get in contact. But, I mean, the man is in Minneapolis. Yeah. He's not a recluse. He's not hiding from anybody. You can see him on the streets. You can see him at a show. You can go to his front door. But do what you have to do to show him the support to get these records, because they're coming on Uptown to not only promote the record, but to promote themselves to the people. And they're doing it because they love the people just as much as we say that we love them. So let's get a record. Let's get some views and some likes and some shares. But then let's get a record too, because that's the most easy, or the easiest way that you can show love for these artists is by buying their record and going to their shows. So let's make that happen, guys.
Yeah, that's awesome. The plug is awesome, man. You can find the CD on, just like you said, iTunes, CD Baby, TraceyBlake.com. There's ways to get CDs from TraceyBlake.com, TRACEY Blake.com, and not just me. It's like he said, there's so many great independent artists out there, you know, and we love to do what we do, but we can't grow unless we have, you know, a fan base. We have people that support us, and we don't have a big industry to back us. A lot of us don't. So not just for myself, I'm speaking for other artists. You know, we need you, and we thank you for all that has supported us in the past. So appreciate it.
And I know that I will champion on my personal page. I'll champion on Uptown. I'll champion on my Instagram, my Twitter. I'll take a megaphone out in the middle of the street. I'll chase people down on the highway. I'll do what I got to do to force at least the names into people that I know who wouldn't necessarily know who Tracey Blake is, or who Eddie Jones is, or some of these guys. Because from my area, a lot of people don't know the players in the Minneapolis sound. A lot of them, other than Prince, wouldn't even know what the Minneapolis sound is. So that's why I always jam it on my Facebook pages and whatnot. Uptown is set up to be a place where you can come and you can promote your record. We can promote the record. We want to tell about the people who pioneered the sound, as well as the people who are championing the sound today and keeping it going. And so, regardless of if you have one record or you make 25 records, Uptown, as long as it exists on Facebook, and we're even looking into getting our own website and taking it even bigger, or as long as Uptown is in existence, and as long as I'm in existence, I'm gonna promote it, because it's good music. It's worth the time. It's worth the effort. You guys are top-notch human beings as well as artists, and you guys are always at my beck and call when I have a request. So that's how I'm going to be for you guys, and so that's how we need to be to keep this music alive, guys. So let's keep supporting these guys and keep their movement going, because without our support, they're just another guy making music, and this music's a little better than just the bar band you go see on Saturday nights, and you'll waste $10 on a crappy lunch at McDonald's one day. You can make an investment on not only Tracey's career, but also into something that's going to make it do more for your soul than that Big Mac and that large fry, just if we're being honest.
Yeah, that's funny, man. Well, I gotta say, man, Christopher, Uptown Movement has been a gift to the Minneapolis sound, to a lot of different artists all over the country. So I would like to say to the people, make sure you get behind Uptown Movement, because they are trying to make a difference. And back to what I said earlier, we're nothing without you. And you guys mean the world to us, and hopefully in return we mean the world to you. Thank you, Uptown Movement.
And in closing, I just want to thank everybody for coming to check out the interview. There's a couple of performances that are going to be put in here, plus the video for Runaway Love. Tracey, I appreciate you, man, for doing this multiple times to make sure that we got it right for everybody. And again, guys, go on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you go to buy music, and pick up the album Get Up. if you don't like it, contact me and we'll work something out, and I'll take your copy. But I'm not concerned with that because it's not going to happen because you're going to love it. So make sure you grab that record. Tracey's going to be back a lot. You're going to get sick of seeing him on Uptown because he's going to be back when he's got things happening. And keep your ears open for something happening in November with a live show. Yeah. And we will make sure that we get that information to everybody as well. Yeah. Tracey, it is a definite pleasure, man, to have been able to talk to you as often as I've gotten to on and off camera. Likewise, and, man, I look forward to all the big things that continue to happen with your career.
Thank you, man. I appreciate the support, brother. It means a lot, man. And you know you can call me anytime, man. Anytime you feel like talking to Trace, pick up the phone and call me, man, for real. Good to know, man. And the same thing here, 24/7. You got the number. Hit me up, and we'll do this 100 times for everything that you have going on. So I appreciate.
You have a great rest of your day, man. And we're gonna get this. We're gonna wrap this so we can get it uploaded and get it on Uptown. This has been Uptown Masterclass with Tracey Blake, and we're out.
Hey, thanks everybody. See you. This song is called "Second to None," and it's kind of funny because the title of this song came from a great boxer from the city that I grew up in, Davenport, Iowa. And this fighter's name was Michael, the Second to None. And anyway, I saw him on Facebook, and I was just thinking, man, that was a great fighter. And I think I'm going to write a song called Second to None. And the song is about just having the perfect love and being totally happy with the one that you're with. All right, here we go. Sweet baby, oh darling, I'm feeling like I'm lost in love. I just wanna say, baby, I'm a second to none, and tonight I'm gonna show you. Turn down the lights, let's get a little closer. I just want some time with you. I could tell you're excited, I could feel your emotions, babe, just by being next to you. This night was meant for you and me. Let's not take for granted what's meant to be, babe. 'Cause I'm feeling lost in love. I just wanna say, baby, I'm a second to none, and tonight I'm gonna show you. Feeling like I'm lost in love. I just wanna say, baby, I'm a second to none, and tonight I'm gonna show you I adore you. Show you, adore you. Oh, let me show you tonight, girl. Show you, adore you. This song is called Runaway Love, and I actually like playing this song a lot because I'm always trying to put some different version just to have fun with it. It's about a girl that's trying to find her way in life and going through a lot of changes, just trying to find happiness. Runaway Love. You run away, why didn't you have the courage to say it to my face? Why would you post it on your timeline before you talk to me? Ooh, I deserve an answer before you turned away.
change your number and leave without a trace. You think the grass is greener on the other side. You can't keep it running from guy to guy. I should've known better from the start. You came to me, you're leaving him in the dark like a runaway. You never here to stay. You're just a runaway. It's just a game you play. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. You run away. You run away.